time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the skies from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Wait, yeah, oh shucks, so we up and running. Okay. We live? Yeah. All right. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Menen. Yes, family, one perfect balance. Yeah, welcome to another magnificent, marvelous Monday of Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Not a problem. You already know, inbox, call the number, send a kite, pigeon, bird, whatever, or tell a friend, and let me know what's going on. But we give thanks, nevertheless. You know, I was in the kitchen again a little. Oh, they got no dried tomatoes and I was in the kitchen being catered to. Yeah, royalty. Anyhow, family, I give thanks. I thank you for being patient, and we here now, taxiing on the runway. Go tell a friend. Politically Incorrect is up and running. We live. Want to give a shout out to everyone who was waiting patiently. We here. And tonight, you already know, how do we heal the family? It's the conversation we are having. It promised to be very informative, enlightening, inspiring, but more than anything else, necessary. We dealt with the women, we dealt with the men, we dealt with the women, we're dealing with the family. So it's interesting that, we in this space. So yeah, let's continue these conversations we having, man. Tonight is a call-in program. You all already know. The number should be on the screen at some point. If you don't look closely, it should be on the bottom somewhere. There it is right there. Call the number. Is it 838-8253? Yeah, area code 246-838-8253. Tell a friend. Want to hear your thoughts tonight, family. This is not where I come and say what I have to say, but you get to call and tell us what you think about this topic. How do we heal the family? As a people, we see a lot of ills in the society going on, whether it be political or otherwise. All around us is there's always something going on. And one of the things I was telling someone, at this point, they come like they're all just distractions, man. And that's like distractions. No matter how you look at it, it seems to be distraction.
Every person has gone through.
Yeah, I agree. It comes up like distractions. That's it. Let me just put this right here so I can see what's going on in cyborg space. Yeah, I see you. I got eyes on I got eyes now in the sky. Yeah, so it's like distractions, like I said, is just always distractions. So how do we get to the point where we can start realistically looking at how do we heal ourselves? How do we heal our brothers and sisters? How do we heal the family, restoring the family in order to move forward? Because we can't talk restoring the family unless the family heals. We know that the family itself, as we would have discussed in the previous episodes, different programs, that the woman is important. The Black woman is important. And yes, I'm coming from Barbados because that's where I live. Not that you can't apply this in wherever territory you're at, but this is where we at here in Barbados. So because we're in Barbados, yeah, we dealing with this thing right here from a local perspective. Yeah. So having said that, all I'm gonna say is, well, hey, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Politically Incorrect up and running. I got a tune I want to play. You know already how it go. I ain't gonna tell you. Not a stranger. You going all the way to Trinidad. All the way to Trinidad. Shout out Jalifa, Three Queens, Queen Omega, Kashite. Not to mention the Empress. For sure. Not to mention. Shout out to the Empress. Y'all already know. Family first.
As me rise, me give thanks and praise.
Thanks and praise to the Most High first in the morning as we rise.
Keep tempting me, have them feel.
family first, family.
Coming God him real. I mean no better days done seal. Keep me head above water and I sing.
Jalifa.
In this concrete jungle, these streets. You got to know yourself to be free. Don't get caught up in the mystery. Life is worth it, that's why I sing.
That's right. I gonna pull that one, man. Look, go tell a friend and tell a friend is I Saw the Night family. That's Saw the Night family. Jalifa.
Oh, na, na,
Pretty
na,
good,
na.
pretty good.
Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh. Life be bitter, although it's sweet.
Life sweet, family. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
As me rise, me give thanks and praise for health and strength.
Yes.
Pocket empty, me have them fill. Me na hype, coming God him real. And me know better days done seal. Keep me head above water and I sing.
Yes, yes, yes.
In this concrete jungle, these streets. You got to know yourself to be free.
You got to know yourself these days, from you got to know yourself.
Don't get caught up in the
Don't
mission.
get caught up.
Life is worth it, that's why I sing. Give thanks for life, the greatest gift. Worth more than dimes, the greatest gift. Some will sell them Sophie highlights, but me rather nothing but life. So me have to give thanks for life, the greatest.
Give thanks for life, family. Give thanks for love.
Life, the greatest gift. Worth more than dimes, the greatest gift. Some will sell them Sophie highlights, but me rather nothing but life. So me have to give thanks for life, the greatest.
Tell a friend and tell a friend, family.
I know nine life, we a got just one life me live. So me pray for you that some will wish you fi run 6 feet under that, but enough for me that stand firm and no drop solid hard as a. Some will sell them Sophie, I ride and above big mansion, a top life more than a squad. Don't regret what you got, cherish life that you have is a gift, not a what. Without life what you got. After every storm there's a calm. Keep your head up, stronger we be. No matter all the trials that we endure. Put your trust in Jah, best believe. Life so precious, reach more than gold.
Tell a friend,
Don't
family.
neglect it, don't regret it.
How do we
Me
hear the
rather my
family?
life, me na miss it.
Tell a friend and tell a friend, family.
Fi bag a hype, me na switch lanes. Give thanks for life, the greatest.
Give thanks for life, family. Give thanks for love.
Worth more than dimes, the greatest gift. Some will sell them Sophie highlights, but me rather nothing but life. So me have to give thanks for life, the
Give thanks for life, family.
greatest gift. Give thanks for life, the greatest gift. Worth more than dimes, the greatest gift. Some will sell them Sophie highlights, but me rather nothing but life. So
Yes,
me
family.
have to give thanks for life, the greatest
Give
gift.
thanks for life. Life and more
Oh,
life.
na na na
Na na na
na.
na na. Na 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 na.
Oh, na 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 na.
Na na. Yeah, give thanks for life, man. Give thanks for life.
No.
Jalifa, give thanks for that show.
Oh,
Yeah.
na 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 na.
Trinity Hall, Trinity family. Y'all already know, man. Shout out to the Empress for sure. I don't know. Give thanks for life. I saw it go, family. I saw it go. I saw it go. I saw it go. Beautiful rhythm, beautiful energy, synergy. Yes, when it's sistering, manifesting her divinity. Yes, we love it. We love it. Anyhow, shout out to everyone who just tuned in. I see you, Andrea. Shout out to Black Lion Security for sure, for sure, for sure. Y'all already know. Beverly, I see you too. Good to have you join us. Sonia, give thanks to Sonia. Shout out to the whole family. Yes, yes. I see you, family. Worth St. John, I see you. Good night to all as well. Empress, I know you know them tunes, they're hot already. You know them tunes already. Sunflower, we see you. Daffodil, we see you. Stealth mode, man. Stealth mode. Tyrone, shout out to Tyrone Green and our family from Guyana, all the way from Guyana. Shout out to the Guyana family, man. I want the Guyana family to build this thing because there's a link between Barbados and Guyana right now. We need to build. We need to build it. So my Guyanese people, go tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't keep this link to yourself. Go and share this link tonight. Oh gosh, bye. Oh gosh, bye. Go share the link, eh? Oh gosh, bye. Don't make me play another tune, you know. I play a Guyanese tune, yeah. Divine Greetings, family. How to heal for each other so we can restore us. Got to know ourselves. Yeah, to heal is a fact. Facts. Give thanks for the meditation, sis. Where is the wisdom? You got to know yourself to be free. Facts. Yeah, I see you, family. For sure. Yeah, give thanks to everyone, taking the time to be here. GB in the building. Yeah, for sure. I see you, family. It's always good to have you. For sure. You definitely got to give us a call, too. I give thanks for the last conversation we had. We need to continue that for sure. Things happening. So we need to build that. But shout out to the whole family in Guyana. Love y'all. The whole Caribbean, the whole Antilles, from near and far. The question tonight is, yes, Guyana has joined. I like it. I love it. Listen, one Caribbean here. This thing happening. Big shout out to Guyana. I'm aware that Guyana is saving the Caribbean right now, and not from the government. This isn't a government thing. This is a we people thing. I can't really say much about it because not much is known on the certain levels. But I've had some conversations recently with some family that they're in Guyana, they're up on the ground, and things happening. So it's real exciting times. I can't even wait to get that until we can actually have them come on and speak about what they're doing. Once the ink dry. Let the ink dry first, family. The times we're living in. Tell a friend to tell a friend, family. How do we heal the family is the question we're asking tonight. Feel free to give us a call. The number is 246-838-8253. Y'all already know how we do this thing. So, yeah, let me get this thing going. Somebody asked me, how are you going to start this conversation? I said, I don't even know. What I would do is start with a question. How do we heal the family? What's the point of healing the family? We know that the family is the most sacred institution on the planet. You destroy the family, you destroy a people. And how do you destroy a family? You divide them and rule them. You separate the man from the woman, the parents from the children. And now you have that division, then it's easy to go from there. You replace each entity accordingly. You make the men get caught up in men affairs. You make the women get caught up in women affairs, and you make the children busy with distractions, all kind of distractions, whether music, latest drugs, latest fad, phase, letters, whatever, numbers, because don't get tapped, the same way letters are a distraction that destroy our youth. Numbers is that destroy the youth too. And those who know what I mean by numbers. Simple numbers. A simple number can make a difference. Yo, y'all be surprised, man. I think that's the next conversations we're going to have, man. Gangs in the Caribbean. Yeah, we need to take it to the street, man. We keep saying it, but we keep talking the LGBT letters, right? But letters destroying youths in different ways. Yeah, but numbers too. 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s and 8s and 9s and 10s. Yeah, but it's all about family. So if we restore the family and get rid of divisions and become one strong family, who's going to stop us? Who can stop us? Who dare try to stop us? So yes, that's where we're going. Let's get to the family, man. That's what's up. Maria, I see you. The lines are officially open. Let me drop the link as well for those who want to call in the studio. Again, y'all already know the house rules. Pure respect, right through. No disrespect. That's not what we're here for. We're here to teach and share knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Once you give the children foundation and they know what you stand for as one, they won't forget family is everything. Words of wisdom, family. If you want to be in the studio, the link is there for Facebook, StreamYard. Click the link. Come on in. YouTube family as well. Click the link. Come on in. Feel free. Know that once you come on in, this particular virtual studio works better on Chrome browser. So if you use another browser, you may get issues with the mic or the camera. So that just to let you know. But Yeah, the link is there for those who want to come on in. So I know how you be already, man. So we gonna just let this flow. The way I look at it is one of the things they took from us, including our food, our diet, they took our spirituality, our way of worship, they took our language by taking our tongue. But they were able to do all these other things because they took one thing first. The most important thing they took, which is an institution given to us by the divine, and that's family. And once we lost the family, it was easy for them to take everything else because everything else was connected to the family. Security, wealth, stability, traditions passed on from generation to generation, all based on family. Education, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all based on family. Medicines, different herbal remedies, natural, the holistic healers passed on orally and in some written form via the family. That's why young men, if they're disturbing their homes, they go to the street, they meet the guys on the corner, they form a family. It may not be what you consider family, but for them, it's the closest thing. And that's where we got to recognize that family is very important. So they keep the men distracted, they keep the women busy, keep the children unaware. Meanwhile, what's happening? Divide and rule is them only plan. I and a fool to make them overstand. That's how we're going to do this thing, family. So restoration time is what we're looking at. And that's basically it. So having said that, we turn to the lines, and that's the family, who feels it, who feels it, who feels it. Come on in and share your thoughts. What are some of the things you think that would be necessary to do in 2023 to heal the family? What do you think is necessary? Because we looked at the women, all women need to recognize how powerful they are. When the women in Barbados realize how powerful they really are and turn away from a lot of these different, what should I say? I can't even call them distractions at this point, but illusions, the illusions that they pursue, not realizing that they're walking away from family. When the women in Barbados realize how powerful they really are, when they get into their natural self, their divine self, and turn things around, I start to focus on more values, things of moral values instead of just existing. Because, there's a difference between living and existing, difference between living and existing, because a lot of people just existing from day to day, party to party, fete to fete, dance to dance, rally to rally, club to club. But nah, the brother said, Big Hill King, Hill King, my brother. They said the healing of family starts at the table. I totally agree with that. That's why I was saying earlier before I came in, I had a slight dinner, a small morsel, a little morsel with the family, but I had to get that in because that's what's important. So you got to do it. You got to do it. We went from sitting together to just the fast food running around. Every family right now, if you talk about healing, at some point designate a certain time. When you get home from work, get home from school, whether it's 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 6:30, 7:30, at least 1 hour. Y'all turn off the phones, put them one side, lock off the TV, the internet, the Wi-Fi, sit at the table, have a meal together, and discuss the events of the day. How did the day go? Discuss the day, discuss what went wrong, how we could fix it, and also then devise a plan. Well, what's the plan for tomorrow? And put that in motion so that the following day comes, then you discuss how did the day go? How did it go? Were we successful in achieving the objectives of the day? You know what I mean? And that's how you start that right there. That's how you get the ball rolling. We have a caller here calling in. I can't say caller, you're live on the air. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. You're rolling with us. Good night. Good night.
Guyana in the house.
Guyana. Listen, shout out to Guyana. Shout out to the whole of Guyana. We love Guyana. We love Guyana. We love Guyana here.
Yes. I I like the topic you choose, and you just gave a little insight on family. And what you said, they say you had a little morsel with your family. And that is so true because I could remember growing up. My father, my mother, we were 7 children with my parents, and we had an uncle who used to be with us many times. And sit around the dining table at meal time whenever it was possible, especially on the weekend, because my father used to work during the week, leaves early, come back late. But on Sundays, we had the opportunity to sit at the table, and at that table, taking meals, we were able to everybody to hear the views, no matter how small or how insignificant it was. And there is where we were being given guidance. And once you have a family setting like that, you would go wrong in a bit, but you wouldn't go all the way wrong because everybody is being able to express themselves in a way that others will accept you. So I believe, and as we grew up, we married and who go away and so. And the family link was broken because everybody now go to their own separate lives. But during that time, we had this connectivity. That yes, there we tried to reconnect, but we have lost our parents, and some of us are not together. And when you have this type of family setting, it harbors well for the young ones because they see a life. But now in these times, many of the parents, they are working, many may be single parent homes, and lots of the children and even the adults are on their gadgets. And because everybody head in a gadget, looking at a gadget, whether it's a phablet, a tablet, or a smartphone, nobody has time to communicate. And because of that, you don't know what is happening with the other persons in your dwelling.
True.
Because
True.
you may be
Very true.
living in a home and everybody in their own space, and then that connectivity is being lost. And because of that, we in the olden days, our moonlight night, you would see people coming together, sitting on the steps, sitting in the yards, and telling the children in Guyana, we used to call it Nancy story.
Yes.
And they
Yes.
would talk and tell your children. So everybody was involved in everybody's business. And because of that, you parents, all right, you name Emmanuel, I name Rondo. Because of our connectivity with the moonlight Nancy story and them type of gaff, we were able to look at each other person's child or children. We were allowed to discipline those children, and when we report to the parents, because of the inclusiveness, they used to come together and they might add in more discipline. They were able to talk to the children. But with the concept of this secular life, you cannot discipline another person's child, vice versa. Because you might see the doing wrong, and when you go to the parents, well, that is a new set of parents. It can't my parents that was allowed. But as the parents evolved, they started at quite certain your parents taught you manners. That if you see a person who could be your parent, you would put on either Mr. or Miss or uncle or cousin or auntie or so to show the respect. But when this generation come up now, they would have the little children, and as they see an elder passing, look, that Emmanuel, that Gladys, that this body. So the children from early age, they have no respect respect for the elders, and the elders cannot talk to them, and they go in, and this is why you talk about words and you got numbers, and because you cannot talk to them, they do what they want to do, because you might say, go and tell somebody, and they might abuse you out to the children, at least in Guyana. So there is where you need a proper family setting, and once you have that family setting, you will be able to try to take back the young people, and it's gonna be a hard task, because when they pick up the phone or when they pick up whatever lead they got, you ain't making no sense.
Well,
But
Rhonda,
I don't know.
well, Rhonda, I don't know if I could agree that it'd be a hard task. I can understand that it will be challenging. I know that for sure. But regardless of how hard it may appear to be, it is something that we have to do. We have to find a way. We don't have a choice, because if we fail to find a way, we will have no future. That is a reality. That is a reality. So I agree with you. We totally got to bring them back. When it comes to discipline, I agree in part, because I don't support the idea of lashing children. I've never lashed my children. I've never had to. I've always spoken, and my words carry weight, and the respect they give me is still present today. So I know there's another way. And yes, I know that they say, well, everything don't work for everybody. What I will say, however, is there's a reason why sometimes we resort to these methods that we come along and find. And I think that some of them sometimes might have come off the plantation a bit, and we might got to look at different ways and discipline the children. But I always use the word correction. I try not to even use the word discipline, because when you discipline a child for what they have done that is not right, discipline does not imply you are correcting it. It sounds as if it's just a punishment for something, in hopes that they will connect the punishment with the action. Whereas now, when you correct a child, when your mindset is to correct that child if they've done something wrong, it means that you're putting effort and actions in place to show them the error of their way, and showing them that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to what they call discipline in a corporal punishment way with the belt or the rod. But nevertheless, I definitely take your points, and I agree, like you said, the family coming together, sharing that time together, that intimacy is what is necessary and what is relevant. Let me ask you a question about Guyana, though. Do you find that families now, still spend that time together, or that is also like an abandoned trait, that families no longer sit down at the table and have conversations?
No, they don't have that much in Guyana.
They don't have that.
Because everybody in the tablet, the phone, the this, the other.
Hey, yeah, they be living in a fast-paced world.
Few families do have that type of connection, but there is a trend in Guyana that they try to do. Many families who do it have these things called family reunion, where they try to like come back into the family. They have these family reunions, and that was picking up speed.
Right.
It was picking up speed, and they try to, because why they start doing that? Because they realize now that you don't know who your relatives, and you get into marriages.
Okay, I follow you.
So they try to do. And then remember, just I'm coming now. Remember long, but at least in my country, when you see August holiday come, children used to go and spend holidays with different relatives, You don't go in the country, like if you're living in the city and you got relatives that are like on the west coast or any,
It makes sense.
children go and spend holiday. So you used to get to know, you get to know the relatives. But now, with what is going on, where it got these type of sexual exploits were going on in Guyana. Right now, we got a big thing, and people now are afraid to like send their children out to spend holidays, because you might not know what area this child is going. You don't know if that area is and then the financial aspect too. has caused a lot of these things not to happen like long ago. And then too, many parents, most of the homes now, many homes are like single parent homes. So you wouldn't take your child and send them at a relative who may be a single parent and works all the time. The woman has to work. But long ago when you had husband and wife, you want to feel bad for sending your children by your family. You understand? Because the thing might send no food. So it don't really happen that much in Guyana.
Well, can I say something then? I want you to start with your household and the people around you to encourage, even if it's a single parent home, to spend that little hour, these all the devices down, man. Put down the devices, lock, unplug the Wi-Fi. That way you can't even be tempted. Unplug the Wi-Fi. We having dinner, we having conversation, and start to initiate that table talk again. Because a reunion is good to some degree, but what good is a reunion when you leave the reunion and you're still disconnected with your family that's right there with you under the same roof? So I want to encourage you to start that practice in your household if you're not already doing it. And if so, encourage people around you to do the same thing in your chats and your different groups. To tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me start to at least start with having the table talk once again. I want to thank you for calling in, my sister from Guyana.
Just now, before you go, I don't, my children, they're all practically living practically alone. But I would like that,
whoever is there with you, whoever is there with you, still start the practice because they will take it with them wherever they go.
Oh yes.
Even if he's grown.
All right. I'm glad I was able to call in and to be the first caller. So let me come up and let the people call in.
Well, we thank you for sharing. Like I said, we love Guyana. We love the family. Is one Caribbean. That's the mindset. Is one a we. Okay. And I look forward to the day where we can meet in person and we could have some real good fellowship.
You mean you're gonna be coming to Guyana?
Oh gosh, bye. It looks so. It looks so. It looks so. Listen, I got family from Guyana, so I got family from Demerara, home of the revolution. So that's in the blood. So of course I got to come down there at some point. It's a must. I thank you, my dear.
You could come and spend a little time by me and all, man.
That no problem. No problem. We're gonna definitely link. Definitely link. Shout out to Kadaki too while we at it, man. The whole Guyanese family. Peace and love.
Okay.
All right, sis.
All right.
Yo, man, I tell you, oh gosh, boy, Guyana live and direct. You gotta love Guyana and Guyanese, man. I tell you, you gotta love them. Just love them. There's enough you can do but love them. I wanted to say that let me see if I can find it here. Okay, here we go. I wanted to say that if it is that we are serious about restoring the family values, we gotta realize that, a lot of things are necessary. I noticed that someone has said communication, is a major factor. And I agree. Communicating with each other clear enough that it eliminates the need to guess and make assumptions. And even if it's not something that one need to practice it more so that we can alleviate the unnecessary pressures that we place on each other unnecessarily in order to go forward, How we really doing when it part during the day, opportunities to talk. We live in such a fast-paced world now that we do got to take moments. We got to set aside moments, deliberately set aside moments to communicate because things don't always fall into place the way we would like them to be. The pace of the day is so different based on how we work, the structure of work, based on the work that you actually perform, is different. So raise the children to communicate so they feel free to come to any parent with whatever. I totally agree with that again. But that again comes from an environment that is nurturing and nurtured in such a way that they can feel that energy and feel the ability and desire to come forward. So again, family got to start at home. And where's the best place? The brother said it, the kitchen table. I totally agree with that one. So Big up to the sister from Guyana again, Rhonda, on that message. I firmly believe that if we get this thing right, we do stand a greater opportunity to correct some of the so-called ills uh, that face in our society, our community, and especially our young people. They talk about the young people, but when you talk to young people, you got to talk to the adults. Young people come and find the adults. So if there's a problem in the society, if there's a problem in the community, know that it started with the adults first, for sure, for sure, for sure. Family connection was centered around the kitchen and the dining room table. Today, houses are being built without dining rooms. Wait, just a little breakfast nook or counter. Members sit in front of the TV to eat a meal. We need to make a conscious effort to reconnect. But you know what? Even if you got a little nook or a little living room sofa, lock off the TV, family. Lock it off. Turn off. Put the phone in the drawer. Everybody put the phone in the drawer. Let the man, the house, commandeer that, or the mother put things in motion. And the reality is, let us have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. How the day was. It goes back to the foundation. I totally agree. It's really important during these conversations at the family table too. I agree. It is not to judge each other, but rather listen from a place of understanding so the communication is more encouraged. I agree. I agree totally. Yeah, spending summer holidays, the relatives in the countryside used to be bomb. River bobs, catching. Listen, we don't know no river bob for catching crayfish in Barbados, but I suppose in the Caribbean islands, that is another thing that is good. And I could understand why that would be fun, the river bobs or the catching crayfish. The only problem with river bobs is that you might not learn to swim. I don't, I don't know. They're the waves, unless it's a big river, I suppose. It might be a big river. Nevertheless, I got another caller here on the line. Let me take this call. Hi, good night, caller. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. Incorrect. You're right with us.
Wigan.
Hi, greetings.
Rastafari.
Haile Selassie. Who this?
Yes, this is Rasipo.
Yo, Rasipo, you would not believe what just happened. I pick up my phone to log back into my program, and I saw a picture of you looking very royal in the black background. I said, "Cha, I can't even look at the picture right now because I doing a live." And the call come through, and the call is you. Haile Selassie the first is the Almighty here.
Yes,
Real thing.
I just want to take part in this.
Yes. Come forward, Elder.
Yes, this family separation. We cannot solve the problem from the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So we got we middle start thousands of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So family is this. I can't hear you, Zipo.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Right. Family is the center of the creation.
Rastafari.
Right. It's like a circle, and the female is in there.
Mm-hmm.
So for centuries and centuries, what Babylon have done is to try to take away the female from the family. And it worked to a certain extent because it make the men, even from the King James version of the Bible, right? God to show you that God made Adam and then he forget to make a woman. And God can't forget. So right there and then, the homosexuals that set up to write the Bible, they always left out the woman. Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Female isn't there. Majority of religions in the world has got the woman second. Even it dwindled into dreadlocked Rastafari at a moment too. Because they had sometimes in Barbados that men they saying, Rasta men they saying a woman can't talk.
Nah.
So it have worked tremendously. So you cannot build a nation without the female.
Facts.
So the female has to be there, because she is the civilization, or she's the production of humans on Earth.
Right.
You have the moon for that cosmic,
Mm-hmm.
that represent the female energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the Father Earth is a Mother Earth. So that's the other female part, and then it is the female herself.
Mm-hmm.
So those three energies, Babylon separate. So how we going to get this here now? We got to bring those things forward together again.
That's right.
The little part that you talk of, it first, how we can start it, it got to start at the eye.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little family the eye got, it got to start at the eye.
Facts.
We were told that we cannot trust a woman. But how can you know if you could trust someone if you don't trust yourself?
Facts. Wow.
How can you practice to being faithful if you do not practice faithfulness? Because it got to start at the eye.
Real thing. Real thing.
You cannot recognize love if you don't practice it. That's why they say you got to love yourself.
Rastafari.
Or if you don't love yourself, when someone's showing you love, you want to see it?
You ain't gonna recognize it. How can you?
Right,
Jeez.
because love is a verb.
Action, man. You got
Right,
to,
love is
live
an
it.
action.
You got to live it.
Right. If I give you a plant and you look at it every day, oh, I love you here, I love you, I don't get the water, or nothing, you're gonna die.
Hey, good day. Oh,
Hey,
I love you
sorry,
talking. You might be
But
sincere,
that's not there.
but you understand that love is
Right.
action. Love got to be action.
Exactly. Now, the male, if I learned from His Imperial Majesty,
Mm,
and he's my spiritual warrior,
mm,
right? And the male duties in this life is to protect the female spirituality.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say, if
Yes.
your female is not comfortable, right? If your female is not comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even the earth, right now, Mother Earth ain't comfortable. That's why there's so much blood and war on earth. But she's not comfortable. You see? So it starts at night. We first got to love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I really love a female to that level is when I say Rastafari.
Serious.
All of my just use women or use myself too.
Serious.
The only person or female I love in them times was my mother and my sisters.
Wow.
Any other woman, you just call them woman, call Babylon, even call them woman.
Mm-hmm.
W-O-E mean enemy really.
Serious.
And a female is not an enemy to the eye.
Serious.
They say.
Serious.
So a man as a warrior, he was to protect the female spirituality.
Rastafari.
Then he was to be comfortable in all aspects of she meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if my queen Aziza, if she ain't comfortable, they say a lot of men is being unfaithful to the queen and expect the queen to be irie and she mentality. It ain't a work.
Nah.
So one of the main things you got to do is being faithful and loyal. You say, if you have daughters, I got 3 daughters, and then first good example as a man is like
Serious. Serious.
when they meet men, when they big enough to meet a man, right? Them got to take some of my principles. And if they don't see them in the man, they have to listen. My father showed me how your principles and that.
Yes. Can't settle for less.
Right, you cannot settle for less because that's how it is. So in healing the family, we first got to heal ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
I agree. Totally agree.
Babylon break down trust among us. They say, and then Babylon, you can't trust a woman. All through the Bible, the King James version. From time Adam the living God to Eve come. Even in the Bible, Eve even born big. Or from time she came Adam, so she could be a little girl. They say. Then they got Jezebel. And then they got Delilah.
Always a woman fault. Always a woman fault.
Exactly.
Madness.
And that was the plan. That's why I tell you that we can't solve it from the middle.
Facts.
We gotta go to the roots.
Facts.
Because before interaction of the European to the Ethiopian, what they call Africans, we were on those meditations.
That's right.
Yes, they.
That's right.
Interrupted.
That's right.
Yes, they. Even in transition, because we the studying transition too. They say, and then interrupt it. They say, call me the dump and how your hurts already.
Serious.
Or when then they're afraid to trod the ocean, we just trod in the ocean.
Long time.
Right. When then they're afraid of the sky, the Dorgons, and then they're done in the heavens.
Serious. That's
the
right.
Pyramids and all those things are manifestations about the meditations that the African or the Ethiopian was on.
Teach. Facts.
Yes, right?
Facts.
So for we to restore that now, cause Babylon bring about is about because a man got muscles and he should work for the woman and bring in material things. He called that support, but that is not support. That is a trap.
That's right. It's true. It's true. It's true.
It is a trap.
It's true.
Because they even create a system now that 78% of the people at the university right now is females. 78%
wow.
of the students at university here in Barbados are females.
78%.
Yes. So when those females graduate, it's obvious that most of them got a bigger cash flow than the men.
Yeah.
If men say that them is the upkeep of the family true money, and then now women bringing in more money than them, right? Because it was to take away man masculinity. You see, it was to take away that from man.
Strip you, man.
Bring man.
Strip man down to nothing.
Strip you right down to nothing. You see.
Real.
Because this is don't forget that Bardon, right? That's why we are the greatest. We play an important part in the upliftment and the liberation of Africa, what they call Africa, Ethiopia.
Serious.
We play an important role called the greatest was here first.
Serious.
Say, and don't forget, I can show you something now called 50 years of Barbados history was hidden.
Facts.
They say,
facts.
Because the lifespan of an African in Barbados was 18 years old. You know, it was a lifespan is 18. I mean, when he reached 13, 14, he danced out.
Serious.
Right? Barbados, Bardon was also one of the first white colonies. Don't forget that.
Serious.
No,
because
you can't. African come here.
You can't.
The Irish, right? And that's what South Africa, the apartheid, take the thing from. Because then they want South Africa to be that too.
Mm-hmm.
Or they take it from Bardon.
That's right.
As a white colony.
That's right.
But the thing they do, but they create townships, black townships like Soweto and those things. So I have been to South Africa in the apartheid time, and I know what I'm showing you. Really? That even me and my queen Aziza, we can't live together in the apartheid. We will be charged.
Wow.
And if Aziza get a brown skin baby, they will take it from her. Wow. So the whole thing is to downgrade man and mash up the female. Mm-hmm. Right now, when you turn on your Facebook, most of the time, even if they call it the culture, cause culture supposed to be a way of life. Walking up, and eating black pudding and sauce and drinking rum is not our culture.
No,
They say
no, it's not.
the three basic things in our life, right? Is history. They say
Mm-hmm.
history, your land, and your culture. Because if you don't have a land, you can't got no history,
Nope.
right? And if you ain't got no history, you ain't got no land, you ain't got no culture, you ain't got no real life.
You're just following
So-
trends. Just following trends.
Exactly. So we give thanks to Rastafari, because that's why the king crowned the queen the same day too.
Mm-hmm.
It was to uplift everything. They say, and Rastafari have that duty to do. We have to start it with we live family.
Serious.
That when my female, when Aziza, if you come at my house now and tell her, hey Aziza, I'm going to spring you want to go, no problem. Because it's not no mistrust.
Mm-hmm.
I say, you
Rastafari.
always is, right, man is always in the presence of his creator. We ain't got no
Rastafari.
mediator. Religion
Rastafari.
bringing a mediator. You understand? Where you got to tell a man about your sins to tell God.
Rastaman, I feel one of these nights we're gonna bring you on and have an open conversation. Just give you the mic and let it go, cause I tell you, I just look at my phone and see I tell myself, wait, the elder, and to get a call less than 5 seconds later on, and it's the elder. I overstand it. I overstand it.
It's telepathic communication.
Well, that's why I tell you, I overs it, man. I overs it, cause
Right,
this is
so
the first
Rastafari-
time. This is the first time you are politically incorrect officially.
Yes, I call it the healing of the family.
That's right. We gonna have
So
to bring you.
the family is the center of the creation.
Mm,
It's like if you have a circle of ice, they say if you chip off piece from the side, no problem.
mm.
But if you hit the center, where is the family, the female, they say
Scatter
it
everything.
can make all of them parts fragile.
Yeah. It can scatter, man. It got to scatter.
They say that it can scatter it, and then the downgrade within the next couple of years, might be even this year, and probably you're gonna see women out there naked walking up.
Well,
Because it can downgrade females that,
even more.
but if the female is the positive energy and then she get negative,
Yeah, that's the problem. But you know what? Rastafari come to set it straight. Only Rasta can liberate the people.
only Rastafari can liberate the people.
Real
They
thing.
say.
Real thing.
So we play a real crucial and an important role in our life.
Facts.
I do with Aziza 26 years now, and it was never unfaithful to her.
Wow. Shout out to the Empress, by the
Even
way.
when I meet,
Aziza, for sure.
Huh?
For sure. Shout out to the
she,
Empress.
even when I meet Aziza, she's pregnant with another man child.
That's all right. That's yours now. That's how we do it. You see,
And he's over 6 foot now.
I
So
saw it go.
what we got to do as men is to uplift that way of thinking.
I agree.
They say,
I agree.
and eliminate Babylon mentality.
Rastafari.
Yeah, like get and Rastafari philosophy. And we
Rastafari.
tear the devil philosophy.
Rastafari.
And that's how we first, as you say, it first got to start with the A.
Real thing.
If you got your little queen now and you got 2 little children, the A have to make it work.
Practice that. No, I agree.
That
Totally.
When I meet the A and my family working and your family working, that means we got 2 families that working.
That's right.
That we could be good examples
That's right.
among the people.
Rastafari.
I do not forget that. You know the reason you won't like, so I just
No, I tell you,
forgot
we gonna bring the I forward. I know I tell you, I overs it. We gonna definitely be coming forward and raising it some more. I gonna bring the I on and we gonna have an open conversation. Direct. Give thanks for calling in, Elder. Rastafari.
Rastafari live
Empress
and
Menen.
Empress Minute.
One perfect
Yes,
balance.
I am.
Yes, family.
One perfect brother. Yes, thanks.
Yes, yo, that is the elder right there. Elder man, I fully respect highly. And I tell you, I was just on the phone putting back the thing in line after the sister for Guyana call. And as I open up, I see the elder image there. I said, wow, the elder look mighty, you know. And I just said, child, I put it back here. And guess what happened? Phone ring. Well, look, you cannot make this up. You see, I give thanks for the elder approval. So family first, and we restoring the family. I have another caller here on the line coming in. Let me add to the stream. Uh, before I let the sister go, I want to say something to you all. It is time it's time for the uprising of the sacred feminine. The feminine. Y'all gotta look that up, see what that's about. The brother right here dropping jewels, dropping jewels. I want to say something real quick, Empress, before you come on in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome, welcome. I want to say something real quick. The elder made a point about how they're trying to tear down and turn the thing upside down and got the women going from positive energy to negative energy. Let me give you an illustration, because some people they got different learning skills. If you ever heard of the chakras, if you never heard of it before, go Google it. The word chakra. And look at the chakra. Look at the table of the human body and the chakras. You will notice that, at the bottom is red and the highest one is purple. And the highest is your divine consciousness, and your lower is the physical self, your lower energy, the carnal energy versus your spiritual higher conscious self. Look at it and look at it carefully and look at the colors of the chakras. Let's look at the colors of the chakras. Now, do me a favor. Go Google LG, man, I forget your thing. LBGT. I had it good the other day. I can't remember it now. The LGBT flag, if that's what it is. Go look at the LGBT flag and put them side by side and tell me what's the first thing you notice. Go ahead, sis. Tell me. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. You're live on Cyborg Space. Welcome.
Yeah, good night, everybody. I just want to put my 2 cents on this, right? And the 2 people before me are good points, real good points. But what my thing is now, you gotta look at the system too. You gotta look at the system and the family, because you got 2 parents, right? A child has 2 parents, man, woman, and that's it, because they ain't got no more genders. But anyhow, if your mom is working from morning to evening, most likely your parents is leave home before you even probably get up for school,
True.
or they will wake you up and you will see them, let me say, half hour just before they're ready to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get back home from school now, your parents still at work. But then when the parent done work now, the parent gotta come home now and deal with the household duties, give you something to eat, make sure your bed, make sure your homework done, and what's not. But in these times now, before, elderly people, they be say yes, they will work and what's not. But I ain't sure if it was all of these hours that we pushing on, especially people trying to work overtime to get more money to feed the children and pay the bills, because we don't know how rough it is.
True.
But you hardly gain to spend time with your children, and then the bosses or the employers that they have are not considerate. They don't care. They do not care. As long as they got their work done, they don't care how much hours you got to work to uphold their business and make their business grow. Don't mind the paying you shit money. I mean, nonsense money. Sorry, don't mind the paying you nonsense money, right? But they will tell you, no, all right, I want you to be in here for 6, and you gotta get your child to nursery. You might be a single mother. How you gonna get your child to nursery and still get in there for 6? You get me? That means you gotta be dropping off your child at 5 o'clock. So you gotta make provisions now for this child to get there. I just trying to say that the lifestyles of people now are so hectic and busy that I think is designed for the family to be apart. Because if you don't work, you can't get the money to pay your bills, to feed your children, to give them the things you want to give them. If you do stop home with them, you can't do that. And if you don't stop home with them, who gonna be there to deal with them? You got to make provisions, and people you might trust might not always be the people that you should be leaving your child with, because I don't trust nobody when it comes to my children. So I just trying to say in the long and short that yes, you want to have family time, because I don't work right now, but when I used to work in terms of household, children, work, schoolwork, doing the hair, all of these things intertwined. And I know fathers has played a part too. Well, if not some, not all, whatever. But vice versa, the mother and the father, the lifestyles will be so busy that even though you might want to spend time with your child, it's not possible. And then when you do have time, you so tired and find out you ain't able, if you understand what I mean.
Facts, facts. I
Right.
always
So
you, man. What you
right.
saying is
So
the
then
truth.
pardon?
No, I said what you're saying is the truth. I mean, that's the reality for a lot of people these days. You know, going. But like you said, rightfully so, it is by design, not by
Yeah.
accident. So then,
Yeah,
what
correct.
would you offer as a plausible solution for someone in that situation? Like, since how you're in that situation, what do you think can be done to make a difference in that situation?
Well, number one, and I think the number one thing is employers should be more considerate because when they are getting, well, the employers don't go come into the office if they don't want to or the job because that's them job. But you got time to stay home with your youth. And if you don't have time to stay home with your youth, we know that you got a nanny because you got the money that you could pay for it. You understand? We know, on the other hand, don't have that privilege. So therefore, try to be more considerate when it comes to the employees that are building your businesses. And one more thing too, because when I work, I do chef work or cook work. You can say, right? Kitchen is my thing.
Mhm.
And I have observed that we cook, all right, you got event, you cook a whole set of food. When it's time to go home now, the boss gonna tell you, and I mean boss or tell whatever, because them got this thing, don't take the food off of the property just in case somebody say do them something or whatever. But at the end of the day, they want you to throw away the food that you work hard. Vanny, hold it down. They want you to throw away the food that you work hard to cook the whole day, turn that off.
Mhm.
But give me 1 minute.
All right. Well, I want to add to the
Right.
system.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, sorry, but I can be real quick. So then they want you to throw away all the food. They're like, oh, don't carry off the property because this or that. But then yeah, so you them don't think you know what you was at work slaving the whole day. Let me just see if she them will pack something to carry home for the youth instead of go home now to cook for them. You get what it's showing you.
Facts.
So
I agree.
right. So them should be more considerate of their employees because they're who run the business. And if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have the businesses or the employers that they have. That's number one. Then they work on that note in terms of because right now people that's be working a lot of hours and still don't see the money for it. So my thing is to get to instead of teaching our children to work for people, try to teach them to or try to get them to build their own empires so that they will be able to have a break from having to go on slave for people, number one, and they will also know how to treat people with respect when they have to work over them now because they will know how they felt when they were being mistreated or whatever the case is in terms of working for other people. So they will go as saints, but teach our children to build their own empires that they don't go and slave for nobody. Because in these times, you just going into people working for them, building them business, them family happy, you miserable, getting paid small money, you family miserable because them again. You understand?
I fully get you, sis. I love your
Guys,
passion as always. As always, you always bring the
right.
fire. You always bring the heat, no matter the weather. I thank
Yeah,
you.
but I agree with the other two people too, but we really gotta start with that because when people working 12 hours and this and that, the 30, that's just a man
You can't.
$500 a week.
You can't
And
find
then
the
when you done, you can't even carry your children over here because that ain't even the money when you done pay your bills.
true.
Money done.
True. Facts.
So right, so that's all I got. Yeah, everybody have a blessed night.
Thanks. Sis. Before you go though, sis, I know you just
Uh-huh,
said
uh-huh.
you're not currently working. The
Yeah.
number's on the screen. When you get a chance, message that number, some of the things that you can actually do, and let's see what we could do for you in some capacity. Yeah?
All right, no problem. Blessings,
Yeah,
blessings.
give thanks.
All
Yeah,
right, thanks everybody. Have a good night.
wonderful. Thanks, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sister always bring the heat no matter the weather. We always thankful for her insight. And she spoke facts. A lot of people working these jobs so much, you don't got no time. You want to spend time with your family, you get home. And I heard people say they come home, sit on the bed for 2 minutes, man, and they drop sleep because exhausted. But we're going to touch on that in programs coming up too. But I have another call on the line right now. Let's go to the line. Welcome you on Politically Incorrect.
Greetings, family. I
Greetings.
just want to commend the other speakers because they made really, really great points. But I also want to talk about the village life because we all grew up in the village where if my mother couldn't take me to school and we always had an adult walk us down to school, there was always someone in the neighborhood that would walk with us. If you came home and you didn't have anything to eat, the neighbor had it for you without question. We were never left alone. Everybody in the neighborhood looked out for everybody else.
That's right.
We have gone so far away from that. We've gone to having the biggest motor car and the biggest house, and we are just one step up from slavery.
Mhm.
That's the thing. If they lose a job and the car tomorrow, they're back in the neighborhood. We have to be thankful for return to what we know,
That's right.
return to looking out for each other. In other words, become our brother's keeper. Right now, we are our brother and sister's worst enemy. I was just speaking to a young man just last night, and he has a wife and a girlfriend. And imagine introducing the wife and the girlfriend, but it's also taking the girlfriend to his wife's house, and he has 6 children. Can you imagine? The wife has no self-esteem because she allowed it.
Mhm.
She allowed this to happen in her presence because she does not recognize she is the feminine. She does not recognize that she is not just queen because queen means you're standing under the king. She does not recognize her power. She is compromising because as a woman, she's looking at the family, she's looking at her children. If I stand up, I'm going to lose out because he's the breadwinner. So she's being forced to accept that behavior. And when she came across me, it was a different story. She was like, man, I didn't know I had this power. I said, but you have the power. That doesn't mean you get to abuse it and him. And when I spoke to him, I said, you are out of line. You are out of line because you are the protector, but you are giving over that power as well.
Mhm.
We have to return to what was. So I agree with the Rasta brethren before. He said everything that I wanted to say.
Wow.
So I just want to say to get back to what family is it goes beyond just talking now. It has to be action.
Mhm.
We could
Agreed.
come on shows like this and talk and talk and talk, but then when you actually ask people to come out and really start the healing, you can't find 2 people. You can't find them. They want to stay in their stupor, but that is about to change. We
Indeed.
have to change that, and it starts with us.
Mhm.
One person standing up and saying, enough, enough. It goes beyond talking. We have to start building. We have to start building that community.
Indeed.
We have to start.
Indeed.
If not, we are dead in the water.
Seriously.
That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sister, for calling and sharing your divine wisdom with us. Much appreciated as always. I want to bring out some points that were just made, and I think everybody basically touched on it firsthand from their own experiences, and that's all we can bring to the table right now is our own experiences. Some may work, some may not work, but we are learning, we are unlearning, and we are relearning. And the reality is, all is relative. And I think the very main point that came out was communication, 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 because everything is for everyone, but what is for everyone is the art of effective communication. I think once we start to communicate with each other, that is going to resolve a lot of the headaches that we currently face. It's a start having that personal family time. We call it personal because in so doing, how can we live in a household? How can we be in a household? How can we be together and not personalize our relationship? Put down the phone, cook a meal together. Ain't gonna be nothing fancy, elaborate, but let me sit and just share this meal. If it's a small morsel, a small little something, everybody get a piece of something, and we go on the table and whatever it is, and we sharing that. And the point is, while we breaking bread, we conversing, we discussing the days, the plans, what's next. I keep telling families in this day and age, the way things are so uncertain, have an emergency plan. When you're downtown with your children or they're at school, you at work in the country or wherever else, if something happens in the nation that, let's say That something that not to say you had planned for, riot or whatever, chaos or government or something happened, alien invasion, whatever happens, what is the plan? Does the family know what to do? The young ones, do they know what to do? Do they know who's going to come for them? They're at school, you in the country. How you going to get to them? Which road you plan to take? Which roads you need to avoid? Your documents at home. If you got to grab a bag and move, have these conversations, family. You don't have to start nothing major. Start with basic things and put it together. Family plans, in case of emergency, what to do, who to call, who to contact, or where to meet if we can't meet here. Little things. So having somebody, what to do, where to go to, where granny is. So having a granny, how to get to mommy, and have these conversations and make them interactive where the children feel like, yeah, they're part of it, and their ideas and their plans are being intertwined into the ideas of the family. Togetherness, and work on that. Put the phones down for a little bit. Spend that time together. I think we're gonna go a lot further once we realize that it is communication is what's going to help this happen. And the brother brought up some valid points. A lot of our history tried to downplay the woman and turn her to make her look like she evil, like she this negative woman. And today's society, we see a lot of women are encouraged to live this immoral looking lifestyle of whatever sort. And the brother said it earlier, soon for now you're gonna see crop over. I mean, all kind of thing happening already, really and truly. So how we get to this point, like I said, look at the chart with the chakras. The highest level is consciousness, which is purple. It's on the top. And your lower self, your lowest vibrations, physical red, is at the bottom. And you look at the rainbow flag, what do you see? It's been flipped around. They put the highest part as your lowest part. So they celebrate the lowest part as the highest part. And they put the highest part, which is consciousness, at the bottom, purple. So red at the top of the LGBT flag and purple at the bottom, which is funny because that is the reverse of the order. One highest consciousness versus one lower self. And so we see the direction that they want to take this thing, but that's their agenda. No pun intended. Agenda, agenda. That killed me. But yes, ta-da, back on the live. Yeah, speaking of agenda, right? Speaking of agenda, you can't even say that word no, boy. The cyborgs paying attention. So here's the deal, though. The sister mentioned we can't just talk it anymore. We got to start living it. We got to start practicing it. We can't just say that we come on a live and we thought, yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this. The reality is we got to put this in motion. We got to start finding ways to restore each other, respect each other, and uplift each other. Not just in conversation, but in deeds. We start with self. Michael Jackson said it best. Start by looking at the man or the woman in the mirror. Look at yourself, recognize what you need to improve on, what you need to change, what you need to adjust, and work on it accordingly. And from there, you're going clear. You're going clear. So having said that, let me see where we got another caller. Let me see here. No, they had they hanged up. I got you. I see you. I'm not sure that was direct or indirect. But what time is it? 13 past. Well, family, like I said, it's always good to come and reason together. I love the conversations. It's always refreshing to hear people's opinions because that's how we learn from each other, coming together and putting it together. They said, agreed. Let's practice all these points we are sharing now. If we know, we must now do. Facts. Love it tonight, Emmanuel. Daffodil, give thanks as always. You know that already. Cultivate the art of effective communication. I agree. That's critical. Eating together is a special energy. You get connected even when you are apart. Facts. So breaking bread together, right? Let us do that, family. Let's connect. Let us connect, family. The brother said it's the UN. Yes, Elder, we see you. We see you. Greetings and blessings to you and the whole family. Rastafari live. The brother said it's the US and the UN agenda. But guess what? We have to have an agenda as well. we have to have agenda as well. Agenda as well. And agenda as well. The English language is a funny thing. It said, keep your seeds, stop throwing away your seeds, plant them with your children. A pumpkin has so many seeds, and we scrape them in the garbage. I agree. Plant all the seeds, every kind of seed, every herb bearing seeds, plant it. Every herb bearing seeds. Listen, I would love some mango juice now here. Hint. Anyhow, family, you know, it's always good to be here. It's always good to share. And so, you know, we love it. We love it. We love it, you know. So I think that it's important that we do recognize that we have a duty and a responsibility to our children and our respective families. The brother said his Empress. I think we need to recognize just how much more, especially men, we got to bring to the table, especially in 2023, when we realize that so much is going on around us, whether they're attacking our women through culture, through fashion, through style, while they're attacking the children via school or cartoons or movies. Is like, we got to realize that this is what's happening. And okay, good. See? Ta-da! Yeah. Give thanks, family. Give thanks. See, family, man. Family is family, you know. Answer and it shall be given. Listen, we got to connect. We can't let them on our watch take our family from us. You know, nah. Can't take Mama Africa from us again. Nah, can't. Can't let that happen. Cannot let it happen. So having said that, I want to thank everyone for sharing tonight, calling in and sharing your thoughts and your views. We continue these series based on conversations, just conversations, and the conversations lead to actions. Not everything is displayed or talked about on the live, but those who are involved know what's going on, and very soon you'll see what's been happening. You know, you say you can hide and buy land, but you can't hide and work it. You know, so there's a few workshops that has been going on. Again, shout out to Tahira and the workshop she's been keeping with her sisters as well. A big shout out to her. Positive movements from the sister standpoint, and everybody else who's putting in work. Want to give you a great salute, royal salute, for putting in work to restore the family, help build man, help build the womb man, and restore divine order, because that's what we need to do, restore divine order. And that's our mission, and that's why we are here, to restore that divine order. That's it. Their plan is their plan so that we can put our plan in motion. That's it. You know, the yin and the yang, cause and effect. And had they not been doing that, we wouldn't be having these conversations the way we're having them today. So we're here for a real divine purpose. Let's fulfill that purpose and restore divine order. Yes, family. Having said that, I want to let my sisters come on and drop them. Let them drop a message. Y'all already know how we do this thing, man. Give thanks and praise for life. Y'all already know, man. Divine order. This is the rise of the queens, the empress, divine sacred feminine, as balanced with divine sacred masculine. Shout out to my family in Trinidad.
No surrender,
No retreat, we are Jaja soldier.
Rougher than the streets, tougher than the
Boulder.
burn out all disease, we burn out corona. We feel it and we see your children come and strong.
That's right.
No, we not retreat, we are Jaja soldier.
No retreat.
Tougher than the streets, tougher than the border. Burn out all disease, we burn out corona.
Rise, sisters, rise, rise, rise.
Sweet and green like trees in a pot. Cast of the tree and the root.
Go to the family in the Virgin Islands. The Taki.
Praises for the God that
Shout out to Dominica, the whole of Dominica.
burdenless name, I tell you he is there. And I want you to have no fear. As love and unity we set by
Family in
example,
Antigua,
cause we
St.
care.
Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, the whole Caribbean family. Go to the family in Martinique as well and Guadeloupe. Y'all already know, man.
No surrender, no retreat. We are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets.
Kashite, Kashite, Kashite.
Burn out all disease. We burn out corona. With militancy, surrender, no retreat. We are
Jaja soldier.
Rougher than the streets, tougher than a border. Burn out all disease, we burn out corona. Burning out our bongas. Jalipa Kushite, Queen Omega. Fire can extinguish.
Yes.
Three empresses so divine and distinguished.
Yes.
If you know royal in your heart, you can't sing this.
Oh,
Love
soon.
upon the wicked government, then cannot win
Yama
this.
ye.
Satama Satana, that is a
Hey,
English.
hey.
Truths and rights, I live and I speak this. Rastafari, him bless his soul, him not a racist. Fire burn the misses, that fire put me taste.
Yes.
And this your fire,
Mama.
nana. Confusing fire, left them looking for gravel. Them can't overs, how they love you, not partial. And when we
Right.
come together, yes, it's always goodbye.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a positive frequency. Burning negativity. And burn on the multitude. Burn the war and crime.
Yes, 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 yes.
No surrender, no retreat. We are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a border.
Three
Burn out all
empresses.
disease, we burn out corona. With militancy, no, we not retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a border. Burn out all disease, we burn out corona. Burn out all disease, all around us.
Yes, family. It's that time, family. Restoration of divine order. Yes. Sisters up in arms. I tell when it on. There's no turning this back. It done set. It done set. Give thanks. Give thanks. Yeah. Pure energy, family. We love it. We love it. We love it. And then, like I said, I want to give thanks to everyone that, you know what I'm saying, took their time to stay, gave us the energy, the synergy, you know, in this reality. It's just infinite energy throughout the galaxy, universally. We are one. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's a one and one make two. You know, one and more make a larger us. You know, it's just a larger one. Anyhow, we gonna connect on Wednesday. And I trust that the brother come through. He said he would. We're gonna see how it goes. As always, you got to keep certain names on the low until otherwise, because phone calls and barbers start getting people start getting cold feet. Yeah, it does sort of space. Plus, it does sort of platform. Politically incorrect. Where we get it correct. If we're not correct, just correct us. You know, I said that for Wednesday. We're gonna take a look at the political stage in Barbados and how it has impacted on the family in Barbados. You know, you don't want to miss that conversation, you know, so be sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. It's that kind of time. What if we can get this tune to drop? Let me see. This tune is a good tune here, man. It's one of them tunes that cause friction and problems, but let me see how it go, man. Let me see how it go, man. You know that tune there? Daffodil. Tell me you know the tune, Daffodil. You know that tune? You know the tune, Daffodil?
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Enough neglect the farming, scarring the mud.
Yes.
Yet they want to be the first to read the food as it goes.
Yes.
Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and pour out.
running it.
Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure rose.
Love to see my people living in love, living in love.
Less food, more shout.
Living in love, living in love.
Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the soil. Stop fighting for land.
Stop fighting, family. Stop
With the
fighting.
coil, so many go the
Stop fighting, family.
Rasta spit in them face and take that with a smile. The
God's of the
so my land so fertile.
acres more than a zillion miles.
People acting wild. Pick up cannibal.
Listen to the message. Listen to the message, man.
Mama, papa, and child. Oh, so life seed and let it bust her. Them said them think they take too long to grow and start to cuss her.
Yes, yes.
Don't trust
Tell
them,
a friend and tell a friend, man.
just her. Such is life. Them say I just heard. I take a shot, it's what them call this fatal.
Love we dealing with, family.
For men, some say fi matter.
There's love we dealing with, man.
Want share although them got a lot of land. Them want fi done a gun range and shut a land. Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go
That's a tell you a long time, man.
stop fighting for land.
Stop fighting, stop fighting.
Feed the coil.
Stop fighting, stop fighting.
Slave master spit in them face, them take that with a smile. The bunks of
More plantation work.
my land so fertile. Acres more
More plantation work.
mile. The people acting vile. Pick up cannibal style. One the boy, mama, papa, and child. Politician not talk certain thing them not mention.
Politicians, listen.
Drugs and gun the people
Politicians.
come with plastic smile and them wicked intention in your hand. I with them put them evil
You
invention.
already know what time it is, man.
Model seeking attention. See them know you dead and that is no redemption. Parents are wonder where
Yes,
to get
yes,
the first
yes.
symptom. To bury the dirt, them
Listen, man. Listen, man.
and Rasta tell them all the while. Stop
Lord,
war and go till the side.
Listen.
Stop fighting for land and all.
Stop fighting, man.
Feed the coil, so many go defile. Slave master spitting on them face, them take that with a smile. The bones of the Nile, so my land so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa, and child.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Look. Let me just type this here real quick, man. All I can tell you is right now, you know, if we really pay attention to what's going on and check it out, right? We would know for a fact that in that what should I say? In that we oppress, you know, the oppressive system is still in play. Yes, we know that. Yes, we know it's still in play. You know, the funny thing is, though, we're making a choice in this day and age to not stand up because a lot of people see what's going on. And the sister said it best, you know, when you call people to come forward, you don't really see a lot of people. But you know, the reality is, people know what time it is. I suspect, right? Just my 2 cents. I suspect that people don't know where to turn. People want to make a turn, but it's like you get so used to doing something so many times over and over the same way. It's like, cha, what we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? Yeah. Don't worry though. We're gonna figure something out, man. We're gonna figure something out, man. We're gonna figure something out. Anyhow, let me drop this tune here real quick. Let me see what else we can do real quick before we leave out. We get something. I ain't hear my brother in a while. What's his name, man? What's his name? I think this is his name. I can't remember. This is it. We find out. I think so. Yeah, I got close enough. I didn't see the brother in a minute. Let me get a tune with my brother right here. Ain't No Chain. Do the Ain't No Chain joint, man. Why not? Run this one real quick. Let me run this one. I got one more for you now, family. One more. One more tune for you.
That's what it is all about.
The family,
no
man.
bondage, no warriors. All warriors and warriors. Check it out. Ain't no no chain, ain't no chain, ain't no chain,
Ain't no chain, family.
ain't no chain strong enough to hold I back. No, ain't no chain.
Trying to feel subconsciously, family.
Ain't no chain.
Don't mind this.
Ain't no chain. Ain't no chain strong enough.
Freedom is a must, family. Also, we are thinking.
I am here, so we don't see no bars and no walls, no prisoner, no guards.
Yes.
No whaler, no hope, and no carbon copy fraud.
Yes.
We seek Rastafari, blessed my Lord. Cause all of them are fighting in the tenement yard. Perseverance is my aim, I am here, so still I go on. My family oriented, everything in one accord. You say you like the one, you let me hear you applaud. We don't care if you're big or you're broad. Ain't no
chains, family.
Ain't no chain.
Ain't no chains,
Ain't
family.
no chain. Ain't no chain.
Ain't no chains.
Ain't no chain. Strong enough to hold life
Ain't no chains coming
back.
up to hold us back, family. Remember that.
Ain't no chain. Ain't no
Ain't
chain.
no chains, family. None.
Ain't no chain. Ain't no chain. Ain't no chain. Strong enough to hold life back. Alright, we need freedom and privilege. Yes, that's the way we have to live. No build a barrier. Hey, just build a bridge. The system's so cool. Hey, more than a fridge. What them design is exactly what them have to give. Me rather walk the road and take the one we're positive. Now go change my plan and
See you
take
on
the
Wednesday,
one them
family.
way are negative. Me
We'll have
kids,
an excellent
me wife,
tonight.
me really love me
And peaceful
relative,
rest.
and they don't know. Cause ain't no chain, ain't no chain, ain't no chain, ain't no chain, ain't no chain strong enough to hold life back.
None.